Hello and Borida to Club 100's race day coverage from round 5 of our Lightweight Sprints Championship from the picturesque and impressive Glan Y Gors karting facility in North Wales. Although the weather for late June is pretty poor, I have to confess, it threatened rain all morning and it's carried out its threat this afternoon. But that's racing, as they say. We don't quit in Club 100, we crack on. And in terms of the championship, after 4 rounds, it's all square, 4 wins each for Tom Goulding and Pietro Pagano. Although Pietro's wins have come in Tom's absence, which suggests that Tom might have an advantage, but that might also have to be offset by not having any room for any mistakes in any of the scoring finals towards the end of the season. Behind the pair, Martin Theodorou heads a chasing pack of 9 drivers within 20 points of his 3rd place. And in this morning's Pre-A final, Tom Goulding inherited the win from an excluded Fernando Moriera, finishing ahead of Stefan Scully and George Turner to move clear at the top of the championship, as Pagano could only manage 13th place. So on to the main event then. This is the A final in the lightweight class, and in pole position the pre-final winner, Tom Goulding, Stefan Scully on the front row with him, George Turner, Thomas Broadley's been going quickly on row 2, Chris Penny, Bobby Dawes on row 3, Alexander Lamin, Frankie Hedges on row 4, James Venning and Samuel Parent round out the top 10. Pagano starts in 13th place. A lot of work to do from there. Damage limitation, I suppose, and look out for Fernando Moriera. He won the Pre-A final and then got excluded. He starts well down at the back of the field. Right now though, Goulding leads out of turn 1 in car 72. They've spread out behind him trying to sort out who's going to be second, going down the Dragon Straight. I can tell you it's raining still. The track is very wet, wetter than it looks I suppose. Through the right hand and up to the top of the field, and it is indeed Goulding ahead of Thomas Broadley. On the lock stops, remember it's slick tyres here on a wet track. It does actually look as though the rain has eased somewhat. Down to the carousel, still jockeying for positions. We'll let this field settle down. Somebody's sure to get spat out the side of somewhere. I saw Pagano going round the outside of the track there, 22. Started in 13th, not too sure where he is right now. Car 29 is Chris Penny. We're on board here with Pagano. Down the inside, I think that's inside of Parent. Darry Sims in the mix there in kart number 2. On his bumper, James Venning in kart 43. Pagano in kart 22. You can hear him spinning up the wheels there. In a hurry to get towards the front. Oh, it's a bit of a squeeze there on kart number 4. That's Bobby Dawes. Not too pleased with that one. He was busy looking at the scoreboard there, possibly trying to see if he's got a penalty. And Chris Penny on his inside, looking to go by down the Dragon Straight. Sims to the inside of Sam Parent. Can he get it done? Yes, he can. Parent on the outside. Now holding it up on the brakes. I saw Chris Penny in 29 trying to go through. Oh, and poor Chris Dixon has been pushed off. And he's not happy. Well, you wouldn't be, would you? Parent trying to come back with Chris Penny. Gets back in line. 49 is Aidan Kitchener. Down in the midfield, it's fairly frantic, as you'd expect. Haven't seen Moriera. Started down in 24th in kart 107. So he's obviously having trouble overtaking it. There he is, coming through the field now. Not sure, I think that was for about 18th place. Penny trying to go inside of Bobby Dawes for 8th. Dawes having a lot of trouble with that last corner. Sims trying to get in on the fight as well. But it's Goulding out front from Thomas Broadley, and Broadley is hanging on to his tail. Looks as though Scully's having to settle into 3rd place. Pagano picks up another spot. That's down the inside of Frankie Hedges in kart 26, so that's 5th place. Pagano on a bit of a tear here. His next target is George Turner. Further back, Penny ahead of Darry Sims. 108 is Sam Parent. 49 is Aidan Kitchener going through. So Kitchener picks up a spot. I think that's about 11th place. But it's still Goulding ahead of Broadley. Gap to Scully in kart number 80. George Turner. Frankie Hedges overtaken, trying to come back at Pietro Pagano. Pagano is hanging on ahead and trying to pull clear. We're already deep into this final. We've begun lap 4 of this 11-lap final. Sims has got past Penny, but not fairly by the looks of the hand gesture from Penny. All jockeying for position behind Bobby Dawes. And Sims is going through if he can. Dawes probably has to lift to let Sims through and tries to come back on the cutback. There's a little bit of contact there. Sims is pushed a long way into Spoon, and Penny is through with something of a block pass. Parent round the outside. No, the door is closed. He's going up the inside now. Oh, he's got it all crossed up and he's spun himself out. And trying to avoid taking out Bobby Dawes. He's spun himself out there. Broadly still not on terms quite yet with Tom Golding. So it looks as though Golding might have a fight on his hand here. Well, you can see it's split 2 at the front. A second group and then a third group brought through by Chris Penny. Moriera, where's he up to now? He's got as far as 14th place, but he's in quite a scrap there with Ben Atkinson, bouncing over the curbs. Atkinson in 10, round the outside of Venning. Oh, and Venning has run him out wide. There's a lot going on there. Well, Moriera will have to try again from quite a way back. Top of the circuit, Scully in 3rd place, ahead of George Turner. Pietro Pagano on his bumper now and looking for a way by. Golding sawing at the wheel. It's starting to rain again. You can hear the rain on the camera. Down the inside, can he get it done side by side? Pagano goes through on George Turner. 78, all crossed up. Adam Surcar crossed up on the exit. Looks spectacular. It's not necessarily very quick though. Owen Griffiths in 76, running in 12th place. Ahead of Ben Atkinson, Adam Surcar, Scully, Pagano, Turner not yet finished. Gap then to 26, which is Frankie Hedges. Alex Lamin down the inside and through. Although he'll have to square off the corner on the exit and Hedges takes it back. Pagano, I think, has just had to overtake George Turner once again. Long way off in the distance, Stephen Scully, but we're back up front here now. Thomas Broadley in 2nd place, trying to find a way past Tom Golding. They've put a lap on Darry Sims, who's been off at some point, off camera. Down at the bottom of the hill. All crossed up, sliding it in. Trying to get that nose to bite without bringing the tail of the cart around. Too quickly to catch. Ooh, Broadley clipped that cone there. He's gone down the inside of Tom Golding. Fairly aggressive. Still pushing hard, but Golding hangs on. This is turning in quite the scrap up front here. This is about as hard as Tom Golding's been pushed this year. And Broadley's determined to go through, and he's done it. So Thomas Broadley leads at Glan Y Gors in the lightweight A final. He's already pulled out a few kart lengths. It's getting fairly frantic. Further back, Moriera around the outside of kart 49. Aidan Kitchener, and that's 12th place. Freddie Fincham in kart 31 trying to find a way by as well. Trying to get past 78 Adam Surcar. Another lap in the books. Up front, Thomas Broadley. Oh, and Tom Golding has run wide. He's dropped a wheel over the curb. And there's no way back from there, and he's spun to a halt. Stephen Scully moves up to 2nd place. And his championship rival, Tom Golding's championship rival, Pietro Pagano, moves into 3rd place. A bit of a drop ball there from Tom Golding. He'll be kicking himself for that one, I'm sure. Thomas Broadley is pulling well clear as a consequence. Moriera still under pressure here, not pulling clear of Kitchener, who throws it down the inside in a carousel. Moriera round the outside with more momentum, takes the position back. Surcar still in this fight. Moriera running a little bit wide. Perhaps that's the line here in the wet. Into Druids. Surcar trying to find a way past Kitchener now. On board with Pagano in 3rd place. And I have to say, Stephen Scully is a lot closer than he was a couple of laps ago. So perhaps 2nd place is on. Broadley a little bit crossed up there over the crest and into Spoon. He's well clear. It's about 7 seconds. Broadley. And it is really starting to rain quite heavy. Back on board here with Pagano. You're looking at Stefan Scully ahead of us. A lot of lock going in. Can he get it to turn? Halfway around the corner, it's pod to pod with Scully. And Scully knows he's there. Keeps the spot. Battle for 11th place. Oh, contact there from Surkar on Kitchener. Chance for Freddie Fincham. Pagano throws it down into compression and takes out Stefan Scully. If that's been seen, that's a penalty. The field stream through. Pagano now back under pressure from George Turner. Turner now on the podium. And it might not necessarily be third place, because as I understand it, there is a penalty for Thomas Broadley for excessive use of the curbs. Moriera down the inside of Freddie Fincham. Chris Powell in kart number 8 is going to get good drive and will go past him into turn 1. Fernando has to lift. Very sideways from Chris Powell. Looks spectacular. Chance for Fincham. Probably because Moriera had to lift, seeing Chris all crossed up coming off the corner. Keeps the spot though. Fairly frantic down at the bottom of the top 10, but I think Moriera's got this position now. Powell pulling well clear. Kart 101 is Nick Dealey. Under pressure from Sam Dicker in 66. Back on board with Pagano. Now, he might have been too quick to get the penalty board out on the last lap, with it being towards the end of the lap. Is there anything out over start finish this time? Look to the left there. There's the electronic scoreboard. There's nothing on it. I think Pietro Pagano's got away with it here. Back to Tom Broadley up front. Well clear. He's coming downhill really before Pagano has actually got to the uphill. Now, if Broadley's got an excessive use of the curbs penalty, and it's not one but 2 positions he's lost, that puts Pagano in the lead ahead of George Turner. The field coming through. Kart number 4 is Bobby Dawes running in 8th. Ben Atkinson, Aidan Kitchener, Moriera. There's your race leader on the road, but I think it's all going to count for nothing. His lead is over 14 seconds now. It's over 15 over Pagano, but it's not a time penalty for excessive use of the curbs. It's a position penalty, so it's not going to matter. And Moriera has gone off the road out of Carousel, dropped a wheel over the curb, and there's no coming back when it's as slick as this on the grass. So coming round to start his final lap, you can see the final lap board is out on the scoreboard. Pietro Pagano in second place, an awful long way down on Tom Broadley, but is in fact leading this final to the finish. And I suppose it means it's going to be honours even with Tom Golding, who went off before half distance at the top here at the Spoon Corner. But in terms of the championship, it's going to swing back to Pietro Pagano, and he will lead coming out of Glan Y Gors if he can get it to the finish down at Carousel. And it's by no means guaranteed. The track is fairly slick. Moriera trying to come back on the circuit to be restarted. Your race winner on the road, but too much use of the curbs. Tom Broadley showboarding into the final corner. He's going to win this one and win it comfortably in the end. But it will be an empiric victory because the penalty will be applied. It'll be 2 places. He will drop to 3rd place. Your race winner at Glan Y Gors, round 5 in the lightweight A final, is this man Pietro Pagano, ahead of George Turner. Frankie Hedges will come through in 4th place. Alexander Lamin in 5th. Owen Griffith 6th. Chris Penny 7th. Bobby Dawes will bring in this chasing group. Ben Atkinson 9th. Chris Powell will finish in the top 10.
3rd place goes to Luton with this. Well done indeed. Driver 102, Thomas Broadley. Well done to Thomas. And our runner-up, a regular endurance driver, trying out a sprint race for the first time, and he's got his just reward. Congratulations, runner-up here in the lightweight, driver 98, George Turner. But to our race winner then, and I believe it's three in a row, winning round number 5 here at Glan Y Gors in wet conditions. Congratulations, driver 22, Pietro Pagano.